Uh, 안녕하세요, 여러분. This is our first broadcast on this channel.
Yeah, it is. We did the first one on your personal page, which we could always link below if people want to see the very first one
Yeah,
or listen to the very first
correct.
one.
So I am lovingly known as Monkey or Minnie, whichever you want to call me, and this is Waffles. Or
Hey,
the premise of this channel is to, give a little bit of perspective on the Korean entertainment industry from a non-Korean point of view, but definitely from a fan point of view, and just go into some, open chat and talk about what we want to talk about. Like tonight, we want to talk about biases and how the hell we see them naked. Uh, do you want to start off with the news, or do you want me to, or what?
go for it. Just shoot. You're the one that brought the topic up of
So
who.
we have some underdogs winning in the prosperity range of K-pop. We have BTS, or Big Hit, actually. Never forget that it's their companies that are winning, not actually the groups. So we have to congratulate everyone, the groups, the company, the people that help them. Um, so Big Hit now has beat out the big three, and the big three are YG, of course, Big Bang, JYP, which is um, gosh, lots of people, GOT7, things like that. And then you have SM, which is like EXO, and then 101 and Icon follow behind in the earnings. So congratulations to all three of you, and the ones that followed behind, congratulations to you as well.
Especially congratulations to Icon
Speaking of
for
bias.
our love, for our love.
So
Yeah.
congratulations to them.
Speaking of Icon, did you hear? That's another little topic of news that there was I think, a little fan of Bobby who invited him to her birthday party or something of the likes.
What?
And yeah, and he made a video for her, and I think it was live on Instagram.
No
Maybe that's where
way.
I believe I saw it. And he basically like kind of sang to her a little bit,
Was it in
funny
English?
and yeah, English.
Oh.
It was super cute, and that he actually went out of his way to say happy birthday to a fan who obviously, he couldn't be there.
Right.
But he did. He went out of his way to do that, and I just think that shows character. And I'm glad that they're finally being given the attention that they deserve, because that was a big issue for a while, is that people were bitching that Icon wasn't being promoted enough and they didn't work on their style, and et cetera, et cetera. So now they're actually getting the attention they deserve, and it's showcasing all of their talents, and I'm really proud of them. I adore them.
And I'm also happy to see that Bobby has learned how to balance his Western attitudes with the Korean way of life. I'm very happy to see that.
Right. I don't know much about that. I mean, I haven't, dived that deep into their, all that. But music wise, talent wise,
Yeah,
so good.
it definitely.
So it's like through the past things, because there was all sorts of drama with Bobby and like what, RM
But
from
that's what I
BTS.
mean. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, people are gonna. It comes with the whole situation. You're gonna have rivals and stuff like that. And I think that, I don't
Right.
know. I can't hate him for it. I just love him too much to hate him for anything.
I don't hate him. I think he had a steep learning curve, and he had to learn what works and learn what doesn't work. So I don't think that he was bad. I think that he just needed to kind of meld his American personality and his Korean personality into one that works with everyone. And I think he did well.
Yeah.
Um, so let's talk about them biases, yo. But first, let's talk about the giveaway.
The giveaway. Okay, so look. So we're trying, obviously, just like everybody else, to get as many viewers and blah 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 as possible. We want to be able to talk to you guys and get to know you and find out if you feel the same way we do, and know your opinions, and just like have a healthy environment to share them in, and an adult environment to share them in. So that's why we're doing this. But with that said, if we can get ourselves to 100 followers, either on our Twitter or which is linked below, or 100 followers here on our YouTube channel, then we want to do a giveaway. Just a way of saying thank you. Now, keep in mind, we are a K-pop type of channel. I mean, that's what we talk about here, so that's what the giveaway is going to entail. I'm not going to say anything about what it might be. Just know that it'll be cool stuff, swag,
Mhm.
things that, um, everybody wants. People
And the
should see
people
my
that
walls.
and the people that we get our stuff from, actually their sales actually count towards every chart that is counted in Asia. So their sales report to the guy on chart and all the other charts as well.
Right. So, and we're not gonna. I would like to be able to personalize it too, as per fan. So, if you're an EXO fan, we'll get you EXO stuff. If you're a BTS fan, we'll get you BTS stuff.
Right.
And we'll kind of showcase what those things could possibly be once we get to that
Right.
uh, number.
And
So, 100 is all we're asking for. Share it, like it, subscribe, click buttons and stuff.
And also, we want this to be a place where all fandoms can come together. We do not want any fan wars in here at all, ever. If you, it's okay to have discussions. It's okay to talk about why you think yours is good, but it's not okay to put anyone else down if they're not in your fandom, or if they're in a fandom that you don't particularly like. So let's all be adults here and make this a place where everyone can actually discuss music and people and culture, and not just about whose fandom is better than the others. Because we love all your fandoms, all of them.
Exactly. It should be a kind of joint community type of thing where everyone shares a little bit of this and a little bit of that. There's really absolutely no gain or point at all from battling each other on the internet. I mean, there's
No.
no medal for keyboard warrior. So be an adult, get over it. It's totally cool to like more than one group, and it's totally cool to like more than one group and not know about one as much as you know about another. It
Right.
doesn't mean anything, and it's okay to like one more than another. Um, so basically, just get over it. In other words, like we're not about that life here.
No. No.
We grow.
And that's why we tag everyone as much as we can. And remember, we're not connoisseurs. We love K-pop. We love K-music. We love K-drama, not just K-pop. We love the culture and the language. So we tag what we know. And if we're missing a tag that you think we should have, or you want to talk about a group that we haven't spoke about yet, please feel free to either come in the chat or email us, which you can find in our about section on our YouTube, or tweet us and DM us, whatever you want. If you want to speak about something, a topic, a breaking news article, anything, just let us know.
Yeah, and I would really love to in the future be able to incorporate other guests and have them, almost just the circle of whomever wants to be involved.
Definitely.
To bring them on here to chat with us, and we can discuss opinions or differences or whatever you want. Yeah, I would love to be able to bring other people in and have this a shared community,
Yep, absolutely.
um, etc. So there's so much that we can do with it, and so much that I hope to do with it in the
We
future.
Yeah, we don't want to just hear us talking, we want to hear you guys. And we understand that we don't have a lot of subscribers right now, but we want to get everyone in here and we want to have a good time, and we want to talk about fun things, not just news. I mean, we started off with news cuz that was pretty big. Congratulations once again to all three of them. And we like our title says, we want to talk about funny things, fun things, and we don't want it to be kid friendly and safe all the time. So we want to give you the chance to say stuff on here that you're going to get knocked for on Twitter. So go for it. I mean, do what you want. Just be kind to each other.
Correct. So let's get into the topic. Let's talk about. So tell everybody, since you've been in the game longer than I have, what is a bias? What is a bias wrecker?
So I like to say that the bias is obviously your favorite member of the group. And in the bias wrecker is, it's kind of funny because you kind of get angry at your bias wrecker, because and bias wreckers is the same thing as like a home wrecker. So bias wrecker is one that's kind of trying to tempt you away from your favorite member, or the one you like almost more than your original favorite member. And then you have your OG bias, which is the first person you ever got obsessed about. Mine is Top. Hell yeah. Um and you have your acting bias and you have your music bias and you have your dance bias. I mean, it just gets ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, what's your OG bias?
My see, this is okay. So I have to like start by saying that I was very adamantly against K-pop in the very beginning of things, and that Monkey tried to persuade me to listen to it and be involved in it as much as possible, and I wasn't having
For years.
it. For years, yeah. And then finally one day she sends me, I don't even remember
It was
what video
KCON. It was
it was,
BTS at KCON, their first KCON appearance.
but what were they singing? Was it
They were singing, oh man, oh my god, they were singing "No More Dream," "No More Dream,"
okay? So I finally clicked on something.
and RM was sweaty.
Yeah, and at the time, see, I struggle between saying Ratmon and then RM, but
We have to respect him, so it's RM.
RM. Okay, so yeah, oh, it's really hard to form words when I think about it because he's just so he's so lovely. So yeah, he's probably my OG because he's the one that I paid attention to at the very beginning, and he was just like all sweaty and like singing his face off, and I was.
And I can recall this moment more than you because this moment was very special to me. This moment was so special to me. I was like, because Stephanie was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean waffles."
So,
Anyway,
Laura, I mean, that is my name.
yeah, her name's
It's
Stephanie.
no
I'm Tiffany. She's Stephanie. Easy to remember. Um, and so I was like, "Oh well, if we ever go somewhere, you're gonna have to go to KCON with me." And that was before I saw the ticket price. So I was like, "Here, I'm just giving you this video." This was like my fourth year trying to get her to look at anything Korean. So I was like, slyly, I was like, "Here's what you can expect at KCON," and it was BTS performing. And so I give it to her and she's like, "Oh, Monkey." And I'm like, "Just watch it, okay? I just want you to know what you're getting yourself into," because she had promised she would go. And so she watches the video and I see her little Skype message talking. No, it was on Facebook. I see her little Facebook messenger typing, right? And then I hear or I read, "Who's the blonde one?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's got to be at the time Rat Monster, right?" So I'm like, "That's Ratmon." And she's like, "He's sweaty. I like it." And I'm like, "Oh, well, what about them others?" She goes, "No, girl, only that one. Don't try to push the other ones on me." And for the longest time, it was just RM. Only. Nobody else looked good to her. And then all of a sudden, she was like, "Well, I kind of like V too. Don't tell nobody." And then it was like, Suga's a rapper? I like that. I like that a lot. And I was like, Lord. And now she has started this descent into everyone she likes. Even before she knows what they do in the group, they're a rapper.
Oh, I'm a bloodhound for the rappers. I won't know anything about them, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll pick one out of the group, and I'm like, yes, you know. And same thing happened to me for Stray Kids, which debuted in 4 days, I believe.
Congratulations, Stray Kids.
I'm so excited. They're amazing. But yeah, I like immediately picked Felix. And what does he do? Not only does he have a voice deeper than God, but he raps. So I was like, oh, there he goes. Like, yeah.
Okay, so let's give a rundown of your most important biases.
Oh no, no, no.
Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get this out of the way first and foremost. My acting bias is Gong Yu, and he's from Tokebi and Train to Busan. Also Coffee Prince, and Waffles has watched Coffee Prince. I don't know if you've watched Train to Busan, and
I haven't. I want to.
oh, it's so good. And Goblin. And one of my favorite things about Gong Yu, why he's my bias, besides being abnormally adorable and seems to have a really good personality, is he cries out loud. Who does that anymore in movies? Like, and it's just him because he does it in everything you watch when he cries. Oh, I just love it. It gets my heart going. Okay. Let's see. My OG bias, as I said, is Top from Big Bang. Uh God bless Top and all the struggles he's been going through. Um and let's see what's next. Oh, Vix. Vix is hard. Vix is so hard because in the beginning it was Hongbin.
Oh,
In the beginning it was Hongbin, and now it's Leo. It is forever and always Leo. And if you watch anything on my other channel, you will never forget that it's Leo.
Oh my god, so funny. Watch the reaction videos. They still bring me joy to this day.
Oh, my bias wrecker in Big Bang is Sungri, and my bias wrecker in Vix, it wavers between In and Hongbin because In is so fucking fabulous. It's ridiculous. Um and so what's next? Oh, my bias in BTS is J-Hope. And oh, that's another thing. When I showed her the KCON video, I was like, "But look at J-Hope, he's my favorite." She's like, "Yeah, but the sweaty one." And I'm like, "Whatever." I'm like, and my bias wrecker in J-Hope recently has been V. Um, I can't help it. He's so, I love his voice, man. You do not expect that voice to come out of
V
that boy.
does, and V has this thing where he goes from being like this like super like sex pot. Let's face it, it's true.
From like
He
cute to
can
daddy and 0 to 100 no time flat.
exactly. And then on the other hand, he's like the biggest, goofiest, nerdiest, most fun little character there ever was. So he does. It's like to get you a man who can do both. Yeah, he'd be the one for that.
And he likes Panda Express. We all know that. Anybody who's a BTS fan knows that V loves Panda Express. With like he wants to own a Panda Express. This is how harsh he has it, and a lamb skewer restaurant with sugar. Um, so yeah. So if I go girl groups, Blackpink is Lisa is my bias, but she is underage, so we don't go very biased with that one. Uh, And oh, I had someone ask me why in one of my videos that I called Jungkook and BTS fetus. Well, in the beginning, he was super hyper underage, but he was still so pretty. So we had to remind ourselves that we were way too old and he was technically a fetus. So that is why he became the fetus. He is now not underage, but I am still way too old to like that.
That's how I feel about
Um,
stray kids. They're so young, and I'm like, God, I'm a grandma.
I know, right? I could be your mom. Oh my god. Let's see. I don't have very many more. I do have a lot more, but I don't have many more that stand out in my mind. Oh, wait. We have to talk about NCT.
Oh, geez.
Listen, NCT confuses the shit out of me. Okay, you have NCT whatever 127, you have NCTU, you have NCT blah, 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 all these NCTs, but I only need one person in that group, and that is Mark. That little tiny baby is the cutest thing I have ever seen on the whole planet, and love the way he raps. Like, I don't know what it is. His pronunciation is just off the charts, amazing. I love it. It's just I can't help it. I love it.
That's like the difficult part of being a K-pop fan is oh you kind of get to that crazy like level of oh my god I just love you so much because they have either great personalities or you know we have to face it they're just lookers, man.
Right.
Makeup or no makeup, it's like hot damn you are
Yep.
beautiful and I can't with this shit.
I know, right? What was the other one though? What was the other one? We were just talking about it.
Icon.
Okay.
Icon.
Icon. June, right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm new to Icon. She's finally got me over to Icon, so I don't know all the members' names yet, but June is mine, right?
yeah, it's
Okay.
June.
He's so cute.
I struggle with that one. That one wavers so much between Bobby and Bi. It's not even funny.
I love BI, but I like him on a sweet, like I respect him a lot.
Oh, I respect him too. All
But
of him.
it's not like a bias thing for me, that's what I mean.
It is a bias
It's more
thing.
like I think he's a very good leader, and I think that he works really hard, and it's very important to him what he does. If I mean his rap when when they lost to Winner, and they didn't really lose either because they are where they are now. But when they lost on that show, his rap really spoke a lot about what he felt about being leader, and I think that really spoke to YG as well. Um, and God, there's one more. Oh my God, what am I missing? What am I missing?
I don't know. Shiny.
Oh, Shiny Minho. Minho is the most cutest little cinnamon bun on all of the planets in all of the celestial beings. Minho has just got the cutest little dimples, and then to see him with the other cutie pie V in Hwarang and watch them act together was just so epic. Just so epic. And they're just the most adorable creatures ever. They're like, just, I just want to squish them and then ask them to sing and, dance, monkey dance, kind of like that. Yeah, that would be
You
great.
can dance for me. Funny.
It's your turn.
Oh God. See, I waver so much, but I
If
don't
you're
have
wondering, they're all rappers.
disclaimer. They're probably all rappers. Um, See, I don't have as many because I can't say that I'm not into as many groups. I'm just newer.
Yeah.
My likes and dislikes go here and there, and I might like 3 or 4 songs that somebody sings, but I don't know a lick about them and can't tell you who's singing at what part. I just know that I like it.
Right.
So obviously I'd have to start with BTS because that was my very first. Oh man, see, I feel like a traitor. I feel like a cheating wife.
Exactly. But that's a good way to say it, though. That's a very good way to say it.
I'm a cheating waifu.
Waifu. That's Japanese.
I know it's Japanese, but I always use those terms too to be funny. Waifu, and then I use, of course, husbando, and that's what I refer to them as. I'm just different because
This girl has titles for every one of them.
yeah,
Every one of them. And I get them wrong all the time. And I get this scowl when I get them wrong.
I have a thing. I nickname things and I pick my own names for things. So I don't always go, oh, my bias is. I'm like, oh, my husbando is. Obviously, we said my OG husbando was RM. Like, and my love for him, I feel like that is my husband. That is husbando. And then you have, my side chick. But see, here's the thing: is like these days, I could almost say that that's just my actual bias is sugar, and I can't help it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He's in my bed, so yeah, that
He
is where
is in her bed.
right, and that is where things do become wrong. I shit you not. I literally went to, so I went to South Carolina to visit. And in that general area happens to be Kpop stores, which I don't have here in my area. So we went to one, and like the first thing that I saw when I opened the door and the wind hit me in the face was pillows, like mini body pillows.
But
And they
first,
were
but
on.
first, I would like to point out that we only went there to get CDs. That's it.
I
She was
mean,
going for
it's just like,
G Dragon and Taeyong, and I was going for BTS.
okay, but it's like going to Target for one thing. Only it's worse because you walk into the land of something that you've like recently been obsessing over, and it's just like fucking Christmas everywhere. So I beelined for the pillow and looked at the price and said there was no way on earth I would spend this much money on a pillow with Suga's face
And
on
how
it.
much was it?
On $40-something, $50. It was like $45.
This is my sigh of sadness.
It was the only one left. I have to say that so that people understand me. It was
No,
the only
but
one.
what you have to understand is we had already checked out. We got our CDs, we got what we wanted, we were in the car, and she just stops and she looks at the store, she goes, I really want that pillow. So this girl goes back in the store, and the store has a policy: if you spend so much money, you get free posters. So she comes out with a pillow and another free poster. It was the funniest thing ever. And now she's like, "I'm poor. I shouldn't have bought that pillow." I'm like, "You want to take it back?" She's like, "Never."
Yeah, no, I love that pillow with all of my heart. And it is in my bed,
Oh,
and it is wonderful. So yeah, I would say that if I had to proclaim my like ultimate bias of BTS, it would have to be Suga. I love him to death for like multiple reasons.
if we
I
go
just
by your
like I
wallet.
can't like his solo stuff. I can't. There are just certain times when I can't.
If you want to shut her up, just send her sugar.
I love him so much. It hurts me.
Can we not?
Yeah,
Can we not
I
talk
think
about your
so.
certain times when you can't?
I just can't.
You just can't. Just
No, but really, seriously, all jokes aside, he's a phenomenal artist, and the lyrics that he writes are amazing, and the points that he gets across are amazing. The music that he does is amazing, and he's absolutely beautiful, in my opinion. I think they're all incredible. It's hard to pick a bias from BTS.
So,
They're all incredible.
did you hear that on the last when in his lyrics he says the doctor asked me and then it bleeps out and then he says I've tried it before. The doctor actually asked him if he tried to kill himself. That's what he bleeped out.
Mm. See, and just when you talk about mental illness and stuff like that, which is a passionate subject for myself because of personal reasons, um, I just think that he does a good job of that. I don't know. You can feel it, you can see it, you can hear it in his music, and that is an artist. So I have ultimate respect for him, and of course, like any other, warm-blooded human, am painfully attracted to him. I have a pillow in my bed. But I adore him. So that's that. And then really my other super favorite group right now is Icon. And I feel like Bobby and I go way back though.
I can't believe you're not
So
talking
that's
about GD.
see, I was gonna save that for the end because he has a special nickname too.
Oh God, yes he does. Can I see if I get it right?
Yes.
Is GD Lord and Savior?
Yes.
Finally, finally.
Yay! This is clapping.
Thanks for that. I didn't know what that was for a moment.
I didn't know what it was going to sound like on the mic, so I just wanted to announce myself. Yeah, GD, I call Lord and Savior. It's really funny. And the reason that I started listening to him had really nothing to do with you. This wasn't you.
No, it wasn't.
I was watching a PewDiePie video where he was gushing about K-pop and idols and all that. And he mentioned him, and I was like, that he flashed the image on the screen, and I was like, wait a minute.
Can you go back a minute?
Wait a minute. I believe it was the Crooked video that he was showing him. And that is like my especially moment in time GD-ness that I love. Other than the recent obvious that phenomenal work. Same thing. And I think I pick these biases based on the fact that how their music makes me feel, and also I'm sorry, attraction level, because again, warm-blooded human.
I mean, we all pick them for attraction levels at some point, whether it's attraction to their voice or their body. But I do want to point out before anything else is that it was said in an article I read that JYP now offers all of their artists mental health, and they also offer sexual education and how to not get, basically sued, which I think is good. It does sound silly, but I think it's really good that he's offering that, and I really commend him for taking care of his artists like that.
Yeah, that's smart.
Good job, JYP.
Tis a good interception.
Yeah. Give them baby some sex ed.
Some sex ed.
They gonna need it.
Right. It makes you wonder. I do wonder that from time to time. Speaking of the raunchier side of things and bias, like
we got to.
Right. It was funny because I remember specifically when BTS did their interview with Ellen.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, she had the translator ask them if they had ever hooked up with any army members.
Not.
And it was a very awkward moment. I felt almost bad for them because I was like, you just don't go there. That's not something that they're used to being asked. They're not used to being asked these more open and sexual questions. It's a very American thing to do, in my opinion.
I don't know, but I think it is a very American thing to do, but I think that's the point. I mean, they're going out to meet the world. They have to get used to how the world reacts to them and what questions they might have. You might go to Spain and they might ask them, how they shave their genitals. You never know. I mean, you don't know. They have to get used to the international way of thinking. Every country is going to be different.
But it was still awkward to watch, and it was still awkward to listen to.
I mean, I get that.
But, it makes you wonder, like, well, do you? Can you? Would you? I mean, because they're all attractive boys who
sing about girls.
Yeah, I
passionately.
agree. They're men, and men have feelings, and women have feelings, and things happen. And I read somewhere in an article that actually Big Hit doesn't have any dating bans or rules like that for them. They basically let them manage themselves. So even to where I have heard or I have read, and this could be completely false, that they are allowed to have girls in their dorm if they wanted to.
But
But
I think they're so focused on them.
right, well, they choose not to, because he also said, well, they know what they need to do and what they want out of life. So they're doing it the way they think is right, which obviously they don't have girls in their dorms, and they're not dating people from my knowledge, or dating fans or playing with fans. They're having rumors of that too. V was tied to something
But I want
that
to say
had to
something
do.
to all the fans, and we were talking about this the other day that if BTS or anybody really from any of the big groups got a girlfriend, that the fans would tear them apart, and that's really sad. You guys don't do that, okay? Because they're human, yeah, and they need love. And Taeyong got married, and he's still going to be there for his fans, and he's allowed to love that woman, no matter what you think of her, no matter what you think. Oh well, that he could have got someone better. It doesn't matter. It's not your life. You're a fan, and that's good. And that's great. And it's okay to be protective over your favorites, but it's not okay to be mean to those that they care about just because it's not you.
Right, exactly. That is a really good point, because and the whole thing where we joke and we giggle and we laugh about, oh, I would totally date him, or I wish I could run into him, or even
Mhm.
thinking we're talking about sexual things with these people. It's normal and it's human, and that's fine. But the likelihood of it actually happening is slim to none. Let's face
I mean,
it. And these people are going to move on and date and get married and have children and live their lives, hopefully, as they choose to live it. And attacking anybody for
mhm.
that is not your right. I mean, would you walk down the street and see an attractive random guy and his wife and walk up and just be like, you're gross and you shouldn't be married and I want you, so you're this and you're that and you're a whore and you're ugly? I mean, you wouldn't do that in public. So don't do that on the internet, and don't do that anywhere. It's not your damn business
And
who's dating who and who's screwing who.
and it we don't own them, and they don't owe us anything. We are a fandom because of them, and they are popular because of us. We are a symbiote being, but that does not mean that they owe us anything. We owe them nothing
Right,
but our love and loyalty if we want to give it. This is a two-way street here, but they do not owe us their celibacy. They don't owe us their loneliness. They don't owe us anything.
right,
They are not
exactly.
your property. They are people who are doing what they love, and they should be allowed to do what they love and love who they love.
Right. And girl, you never know. You could be in a
I know.
grocery store.
Oh, I figured out that term. I was trying to tell her the other day about what happens when fans actually get in it, and it was so simple. I don't know why I didn't think it's called a successful fan. And there are successful fan stories. There are here in America, there are here in other countries, and there are some in South Korea. Um, but let's face it, people, they are few and far between. They are a rarity. So, I mean, do you? If
But
you think you got a chance, go for it. But don't be rude. Don't break the law. Don't hurt anyone, including mentally, physically. Don't hurt their property. I mean, just don't do it. It's you are above all of that. All of you are.
exactly. And everybody's got a Prince Charming or a Princess Charming for all I know.
Hmm.
You you'll find somebody type of deal, which is that same saddle conversation. But again, it could happen. You could be in a grocery store one day pushing your little cart along, and you just happen to bump into Jackson from Got Seven, and he throws eyes at you, and you sit there and pretend you don't know who he is, but you do, and then
I would like to say that Waffles brings in the grocery store scenario quite often when talking about.
I don't know why it's like my thing. I just have a feeling that that's where I'm supposed to meet my person. Does anybody ever have that? Like, sorry, my chair is offensive, but does anyone ever have like a moment in their head where you think something's gonna happen. I don't know, just like a feeling about it. And I always bring up the grocery store
That's
scenario
okay. And
because
my thought is always like at a restaurant and you're like minding your own business, but they're watching you.
see, grocery store for me, I'm walking along. I think my biggest one was, what if we're out there and we're in a grocery store one night and GD is
Yeah.
standing there?
I said, what would you
I
do? She
said,
said, cry.
I would probably cry, but I wouldn't want to but I'd be like so out of control because I would be nervous and I would want to say something, but I wouldn't want to interrupt a personal time. You know what I mean? Because like I don't want to get on anyone's
Right.
nerves. Get that shit all the time, so I don't want to be one of those people.
Right.
But I would lose my shit quietly, maybe.
Maybe that's a possibility, but it's
If
not a
my legs,
guarantee.
right, my legs would just go blah, 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 blah.
I would definitely have to be there to make sure you could still stand.
That's what the grocery cart is for. Maybe that's why I always go to the grocery store. So I have that
So you
crutch,
have the grocery cart.
the
You've
grocery
thought this
cart
all through.
crutch.
That's what the grocery cart is for.
Did you see? I have because I'm like telling you, it's gonna happen in a grocery store.
So, because I'm going to share this video with people who may or may not be up to speed on what Korean terms are, let's talk about another kind of fan. Let's talk about a sasaeng fan.
Oh
Um,
God.
so basically, I'm going to take the Wikipedia definition of it, but in the South Korean culture, a sasaeng, or however you want to say, or a sasaeng fan, is an over obsessive fan of a Korean idol or other public figure that has engaged in stalking or other behavior that constitutes an invasion of privacy. And on the other side, you have an anti-sasaeng, which is someone who hates as obsessively as the other likes. Um, I don't remember the group, but there was one anti-sasaeng. I always say sasaeng. I know I say it wrong, but sasaeng. Um, there was an anti who actually tried to hurt a K-pop idol. I can't remember the group. It was an older group. Gave him a bottle of orange juice or lemonade or something, and he drank it, and it actually had super glue in it.
Oh God.
And he had to be rushed. I mean, he started spitting up blood. I mean, that's how bad it was. This is unacceptable, people. This is absolutely unacceptable. That's criminal. And that
That's
person was charged. Um, he could have
wow.
died. He could have died. And maybe they wanted him to.
I don't understand the level of crazy. I mean, I get it when I understand my level of crazy. I'll go spend $50 on a pillow with somebody's face on it. That's my level of bias crazy. Okay.
That's crazy enough for me.
Right. And I still think that that's fucking nutty. It just is. I'm grown. I don't need to be spending $50 on a pillow with somebody's face on it. But I do. But to be the level of crazy to where you hurt people
Right, correct.
or you sneak into their homes
Mhm.
and steal their clothing items and their personals and call them on the phone and ruin things. Like there was somebody was on an Instagram live video like
Oh,
a
yeah, they
couple
kept
weeks.
calling. Oh, yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, kept calling and calling and calling and it
It was Suho. I mean, not Suho. Oh my god, no. It was Taecyeon, wasn't it?
I think it was,
Yeah.
yeah. And he had to apologize because he had to turn it off because it kept lagging because you have a psycho who won't stop calling him.
And
I
and
mean,
he got
it's
really
just
upset.
right. It's crazy. And that makes me, it's upsetting to
Yeah.
know that people have to go through that on any level. So obsessive fans that's what
Um,
they are.
yeah.
Korean term or not, my term, you're an obsessed psychopath and you need help when you're doing shit like that.
Yeah, and I completely do not agree with that. I do agree that South Korea tries to do the best that they can in finding these fans and either prosecuting them or hopefully they'll move into the realm of mental health because a lot of that sounds like, they could be helped with their obsessive behavior and like we said before in the other video, Korea is moving forward in their way that they diagnose and treat mental illness. And with the younger generation coming up, they're trying to incorporate the fact that it is no longer a taboo. Of course, this is, slow going, but they are a forward moving culture. They're not in the now. as when it comes to mental health, but that's okay. We have to be patient with them and we have to just give them support. And it's okay to let them know where they can do better. It's not okay to let them know that they're wrong all the time. You know, we have to be supportive, especially since most of our favorite people are in that country. Um,
Right. And I don't know. Mental health or not, at some point you start making decisions about how you behave and how you behave in groups of people and how you behave on your own. And I think it becomes a choice too, like whether or not you decide to break into somebody's friggin' house and
right.
steal shit. Like
Exactly.
you're obviously cognitively thinking about what you're gonna do and how to do it, because it can't be easy to sneak into some of these places.
And I would love to
It can't
talk
be easy to wire a phone number.
Right. And I would love to talk to some people who know better than I about these actresses and actors who have these, I'm going to say civilian, just so you know, I'm talking about non-celebrity, but they have these civilian people around them that end up like blackmailing them for lots and lots of money, or like the guy from Boys Over Flowers, he was accused of beating a girl up. It went to court. It was found out that it was taken out of court, and he never his um reputation never recovered because people thought, okay, he got off just because he's a star. But it was shown in court that just was not true. But we
Right.
have to be careful with that.
Well, when it goes to an excessive point where you're ruining somebody's life or threatening somebody's well-being, then I mean you're sick and twisted and you need help. But you know, to undarken the conversation, it's cool to have your moments of fangirling, and it's cool to be a dork about it. Because we are. I mean, I'm grown and I have a full-time job and I pay bills and taxes, but and I go to school. But you know, I also have my moments of fangirling, and I think it's totally
Yep,
okay, and I love it. And
me
I, you
too.
know, the excitement about the new albums being released, and of course, my recent excitement of Stray Kids is debuting. I'm going to say it again.
Go
I
Stray
say it
Kids. No,
again.
that's really good. I'm
I
really
like.
happy for them.
They're kind of my first that I've followed from pre-debut up until debut, and I'm really excited because they're. I think they're phenomenal. So if you have not checked them out, please do it. Do it
Yes,
on Twitter. They're on V Live all the time.
and they're
Great
adorable.
group of kids. Oh, they're super cute. They're young, super cute. There's 9 of them. I'm not going to even try to list all of their names, but just
Uh,
go. I think, again, they're debuting in like 4 days. And I believe their debut show actually sold out super fast, so much so that they opened up more tickets for them,
nice, nice.
people to be able to go. Would have loved to do that one day.
That is awesome. And Astro is doing really well.
I love it.
Uh, and they are completely freaking adorable. So good for them.
And I've recently been seeing some posts. I'd have to look right now, but I've recently been seeing some posts about Winner is coming back with their second album.
Say what?
Yes, so YG's Winner, they're
Nice.
gonna come, and they've released a whole bunch of amazing images. Your guy's in there. What's his face?
That really doesn't help me.
No, is it Minnow?
Minnow? Mino?
Yeah, Mino. Is that it?
That's how I say it. Because if I say minnow, it sounds like a fish.
Well, yes, that's his group.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about Zico. Okay, listen. I love Block B. I really, really do. I
Like,
ab-
wait, really?
I absolutely love Block B. I really, really do. But listen, I don't really have a bias except for Zico. And Zico, I only like him by himself. Like, does that make sense? Like, they are all so good together, but he stands out more to me with his solo stuff. I'm
Right.
not saying anything bad about their group. I think they're a phenomenal group. I mean, absolutely great group. But I just love Zico so much. And his brother, oh my God, their relationship is so funny. It is so funny. And it was funny to hear Zico talk about his older brother having to treat him like a senior because Zico debuted before his brother did. So funny. He was like, "Do you know how awkward that was to treat my brother like a sonbe or, senior instead of a hube, which is a junior?" And he was like, "It was just the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to do." How
Aw.
odd. And Dara from 21, her brother was in a group in black. Uh and I think he went by the name Thunder. He's her baby brother, but yeah, so adorable. So adorable. I love it. So, just to like twist it around, we want to remind you again, in if you've made it this far in the replay or you're here, uh, that once we hit 100 subscribers either on here or 100 followers on Twitter, we will be doing a giveaway. It will be tailored to your fandom if we can find uh we can find something for your liking. So let's get those subscriptions and views up so that we can do a giveaway, and so one of you can get some pretty nice swag out of the deal.
Yes, everybody loves free shit. Don't even lie.
Absolutely. This girl said, "Oh my god, I won a BTS army bomb." I said, "No, Waffles, that is a fan. That looks like an army bomb." She said, "I don't even care, it's free."
Yeah, exactly. I did.
And I'm gonna wave it around.
I won two different K-pop giveaways. I won an Astro poster, which is
Oh,
on my wall,
yeah.
and I won the BTS bomb fan that I thought was a BTS bomb. I'm not even gonna lie. I was really excited, and then I was like, oh well, whatever. But I still
So we
won.
are gonna put the we're gonna put the number and the eBay address for our favorite K-pop store. It's called K-pop Store in USA. Every single thing you buy counts towards all the rankings for all your favorite bands and your biases and your groups. They are extremely polite. They ship for free, and they generally ship within the time that they get the payment. Um, and they are very responsive. They answer your emails, they answer your calls. It's a Korean husband and his wife and their adult son that run the place. We She has not been there in person. I have. They have everything you can think of. I mean, they have things I wouldn't even think to have been imported, and they always give you freebies. So if you check them out, they are just the best to buy from. And like I said, they report to all the charts to get the numbers up for your favorite groups.
Yes. That is where, just so people do have an idea, that is where we will be getting
Yes.
the giveaway.
Yes.
Winner's gift is from them. Support local stores and whatnot. It's connected to things that, again, like she said, it's connected to things that support your artists. So that's a big deal. So
Yes.
we're not just ordering something from Amazon. We're gonna go there physically. We can just physically go there and
Yeah.
purchase it and yada yada. So 100 followers, 100 subscribers, like, subscribe, do all those things people do.
And I think
And I
that it
think
would be
that's
cool if we could talk to them, and possibly, I'm not saying it will happen, but possibly we can get discounts for anyone first time ordering from them if they come to our channel. But we will have to talk to them about that. They might really be into that because they love getting. I know that they do sell to a distributor in Tennessee because that it's not near you. It Because they say on their page that they get it from K-pop Store in the USA, and I thought that was really cool that they get all their supply from them. So they are really good at supplying even other K-pop stores and spreading the Korean culture,
right.
which is
Awesome.
fun.
So I think that's all we really have for now. We've gone on for nearly an hour, and
Yay!
if anyone has any ideas of topics you want to hear us talk about, I mean, I know we're a little bit scatterbrained, but again, we're new to this, so that's kind of how we roll
And we
for
don't really
now. A
want
little,
too much uniformity because we wanna have fun. We don't wanna have to follow a script.
yeah. I don't want it to be, yeah. I don't. It doesn't need to necessarily be like closed topics all the time, but
Right.
just bear with us, and we'll see where it goes. But I think until then, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yep, and we are states and states away from each other, so well, 2 states away from
Yeah.
each other. So, when we visit each other, which we do at least twice a year, um, then we will be making some videos together. So thank you for those of you that did pop in, and for those of you that will watch it later, please find us on Twitter and get those subscriptions up so you can get some free stuff.
Right. Freebie soon. All right. I'm stopping this broadcast. Right. Well,
여러분, 잘 자.
later.